Hey, this is a Trendy Socialite. I hope all is well with you. Wanted to talk to you just for a few minutes about what I call mastering the twist out. Mastering the twist out. Yay! Okay. I love twist outs. I love wearing my hair out, period. And I've loved wearing my hair out this summer. I have loved it. I struggled a little bit with the twist out just in terms of how to do it, and I always had to seem like put this one side up, and yeah, so anyway, I kind of had this love-hate relationship with the twist out. I now love it. I feel like I have finally mastered it for my hair in terms of the technique, the products that I use, and the styling method that I use to achieve my twist out. So I wanted to share that with you. When it comes to the products, and this is kind of product slash technique, I do my twist outs for the most part, the initial set of twists or twisting it on wet hair. I know a lot of naturals do their twist outs on dry hair, and I have done that before. I didn't like it quite as well, so I do mine on wet hair. After I either do my Kime tube washing method or after I co-wash, one or the other, whatever day it is. I also usually do my twist outs about every 3 to 4 days. So because I just like my hair like mad crazy fresh. I just do. One, I usually do it after a Kime tube wash method because I wash once a week. And then the midweek do is usually a co-wash. In terms of what I use to twist my hair now, right now, all I'm using is my moisture mix right here, which is equal parts aloe vera gel and glycerin. I talked about in my last video about preparing for the fall and the winter months that I was looking at substituting the glycerin for honey quad. I am still looking at that. In the past, I've also used, which is a good mixture, and I may use that in the winter, a mixture of shea butter and Eco Styler gel. So it's kind of this moisture whole mixture thing going on that I think helps me with that. Pretty much it for the products. I used to do my twist outs and I was spraying all kinds of stuff in my hair, but my last few twist outs have just been actually the aloe vera gel and the glycerin, and they have been super soft, super moisturized, and I've just loved them. Like, this is just soft. I love it. And moisturized, very moisturized, not too moisturized. If I like put too much of that mixture on my hands, then yeah, it can be a little moisturized. I mean, a little greasy, if you will. So that's what I use in terms of products. My hair isn't sopping wet when I do it, and I have actually plopped my hair with a t-shirt. I'm getting it, that's why I'm doing this, with a t-shirt before I twist my hair. So it's not sopping wet, but it's not 100% bone dry either. And generally I don't wet my hair if it's starting to dry as I'm twisting it. So if I'm over here twisting and this starts to dry, I don't generally spray my hair again or wet it again before I twist it, because there's actually enough moisture and kind of wetness, if you will, in this that I don't need to do that. So that's what's what in terms of products. In terms of technique, I'm finding that for this particular twist out, I usually do kind of a medium twist. They're not small, but they're not huge chunky twists either, and I still feel like I get a pretty chunky twist out with it. So that may be something that you want to look at, is the size of your twist, and figure out what size twists work to achieve the style that you're wanting to do. I'll just give you an example, like right here. In terms of my technique, when I do it, I braid it kind of tight, and that's where you get this really, if you can tell, this, my curl is really kind of curly and spirally and tight, and I love it, love it. Okay, So take these two sections here, and one thing, I try to keep my hands close to where I'm actually twisting. A lot of people, they twist from the bottom and they just let it kind of twist on itself. I don't do that. I keep my hands close to where I'm twisting, and I twist down. So you take your two sections, it's best that they're equal size, and you just start twisting. One thing that I do, I don't know if this is politically correct in the natural world, but once I get a little down, I just kind of gently pull them apart and make it a little bit tighter. So I kind of twist and pull, twist and pull. And what happens is, you'll notice it, that you'll actually have a little bit more hair to work with than you normally would. And I just twist and pull, twist and pull. And that's what I do then. Sorry about my clacking nails, y'all. That's what I do the entire way down. And I twist pretty close down to the bottom because I want that curl to go down as far as it possibly can. So that is what my twist looks like when I'm done. Okay. I hope you can see that pretty good. Yeah, so that's what my twist looks like when I'm done. And I do that all over. One tip for you, you may want to consider doing maybe the medium size twist, these twists around the frame of your face, if you will, just to have a little bit more to play with. And then if you want to do the back a little bit more chunky or not quite as small as these, then you can do that. Because I have done that. The ones in the back, I'm not quite as conscious of. I just am not. So that's what I do in terms of my technique for twisting. And I twist every night. I retwist my hair. After I do the initial twist, I twist every night because I don't like frizz. I don't like non-definition. When I'm doing my twist out, I want you to be able to see as many of these curls as you can. Understand what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I do. I will demonstrate my technique for you again in case you missed it. Equal sections, and then I twist close to where my hands are close to where I'm twisting. And I twist and pull the two sections apart and continue twisting. There's no kind of rhyme or reason like every 3 twists then pull. I just do it when I feel like I need to do it. I don't get too far though before I do it. When I'm not pulling it tight, I'm just kind of pulling it, and it keeps the twist close together, and I think it gives you more curl and more definition as a result. Like I said, I twist as close to the bottom as I can. And then I coil the end. So I take it in my fingers and I coil it. Oh, duh. Let me tell you something I do. Most naturals are not going to like this because of what I use, but it works for me. I like my twist outs stretched out at the root a little bit, and I try to keep as much length as possible. I have had these since my relaxed days, metal clips. Since my relaxed days, I've had these when I used to do my roller sets. I have a million of them. You should look down in my little thing. I have a million of them. As a matter of fact, why don't you look? A lot. You see? A lot. As you can see, I have a lot of them. So what I do, and I think they make these in plastic. I'm almost positive they do at Sally's. So you don't have to use the metal ones if you're opposed to metal in your hair and it potentially snapping your hair and breaking it and stuff like that. Don't use them. But I'm using them because this is what I have. So I take these, and it actually is especially useful. I don't generally do quite as many in the subsequent days, but that first day when my hair is wet, I do use these, and they actually help quite a bit in terms of making sure that my twists don't fly all over the place. Like I don't wake up in the morning and there's one twist back here when I really want it to stay down here to give me a bang or whatever. So I take the clip and I just clip it at the root. and it kind of helps stretch the root a little bit, and it also keeps it in place. And I don't do these all over my hair. I do them around the front and kind of the crown area to kind of shape my face. And so that's what I do there. I just put these clips in here. Once again, if you have an aversion to metal, please don't do it. Find the plastic ones, or find, there are plastic clips that you can do. And you can probably clip 2 or 3 together at a time or what have you, and you can do that. But this technique has worked for me in terms of my twists and twist outs not shrinking up as much, and I'm actually able to have some length and some fullness, and then the ones around my face stay kind of around my face, which is what I really want. When it comes to styling, and I actually really just discovered this today, I was getting ready and I was like, I'm going to style it a little bit differently today, because I really like my curls defined around my face. And the back, I don't care. I kind of like that wild and fluffy. So this is what I did today. Usually, well, let me tell you what I usually do. Then I'll tell you what I did today. And then I'll demonstrate it for you later. Okay. What I usually do is I untwist them. So say this is one. I try not to have my hands dry. So I usually put some sort of oil on my hands, just a little bit, so it's not completely dry. Because you always want to maintain moisture. And I untwist it, and usually you can untwist it with one finger and it'll just come apart, and there you go, you have your 2 parts right there. At that point, I don't mess with them, and I keep untwisting until I've untwisted my hair, because sometimes I'm not really sure how I want it to style, and I don't want to like separate it and frizz it up, and then I'm not able to do anything with it. So once I have untwisted all of my hair, then that's when I kind of start styling and placing it. What I usually do is what they call the fluff the dog method. You take the pads of your fingers and you just kind of put them in your hair, and then you move it around. And then what I do is as I'm pulling my hand out, I'm pulling my hair too. I'm stretching it. You can do that. And you see that adds some fullness, and it kind of blouses it up a little bit. Yay! So that's what I do. I think someone on YouTube called it fluffing your dog or something. Wagging the dog. I don't know. Something like that. So that's what I do. And then sometimes if it's not quite as full as I want, or there are gaps in it, then I'll take a pick and then just put it in the root only and pull it out. Root only and pull it out. I don't go all the way to the ends of the hair or anything like that. Now, today what I did a little bit differently is I decided I wanted the curls around my face to kind of stay the way they were. I twisted them a little bit smaller last night, and I was like, I kind of like them the way they are, but I want it still to look uniform, not uniform, but look together and look like a style. And I don't mind if the back is wild, fluffy, and crazy and frizzy or whatever, but I wanted the ones around my face to kind of frame my face and be that way. So what I did today is that fluff the dog technique, I really just did it in the back and the sides and the top a little bit. And I sort of just gently placed my sides and my front where I wanted it to be. But I really didn't mess with those curls at all. And this is what I had today, and I loved it. Like, everyone was like, oh my god, your hair is... This one lady, she's from either Australian or London, England. I always get those accents mixed up. She was like, darling, your hair is fabulous. I was like, oh my god. So that's what made me consider doing this video, because she said my hair was fabulous, and I was like, I concur. Anyway, so those are my techniques for mastering your twist out. I will actually do a mini tutorial video before I go to bed tonight with how I twist my hair up. One thing to take care. I know this is clear as mud, and I know that you're going to have questions until I do a tutorial, and I promise you that I will, and that should be up in the next day or so. But I wanted to kind of explain my madness to you and let you see the end result, and then I will come back and do a tutorial about it. Okay, I love you all. Be